1954, small-town southern boy Jasper settled in New York City and began to paint the ultimate symbol of Americanness, the stars and stripes. He painted subtle variations on it, but always fetishizing the same familiar image. At the time, most American artists were painting intellectual abstractions. Johns's flags seemed refreshingly new and direct. But what were they? Outpourings of patriotic fervor? A different kind of abstraction? Or something else? The Metropolitan Museum in New York houses my favorite of Johns's flags. Painted not in the usual red, white and blue, but simply white and on a vast scale. When Johns first presented his flag pictures to the American public in the 1950s, he was extremely reticent about their meanings. He said, "I simply paint things the mind already knows." The implication being that the flag was almost a non-subject. It was such a universally recognizable symbol that what meaning could it possibly possess? These were purely formal paintings. Oh, what a load of nonsense. These are angry, passionate pictures. They are Johns's way of saying, of expressing what he felt was wrong with American society in the 1950s. Contentless, hardly. Look at what this picture is made of. It's made of a collage of newsprint, a babble of muffled American voices, muffled by this thick, heavy layer of encaustic beeswax oil paint. The picture's a metaphor. The picture's a metaphor for Johns's perception that America is a place where you're supposed to have freedom of speech, you're supposed to have freedom of behavior, but actually you don't. This is a picture of America, as it were, buried beneath the thick, thick, heavy snow of a cold and illiberal idea of patriotic duty. Johns had good reason to be anxious about the moral status quo. He was living in a homosexual relationship with artist Robert Rauschenberg, which was not only illegal, but in an age of McCarthyite witch hunts, it could also get you branded as a dangerous commie subversive. To be a